Looking for a place to shine? Are you ready? Want Georgians' eyes on you? So let's go. Good Morning Georgia is here. Start your day the Georgia way. Want attention for your brand? Broadcast today only on Good Morning Georgia. Contact us today. Email us at info@thecommunicationsmd.com or call on 770-421-5598.
Tune in to Good Morning Georgia. Join hosts Audrey Bell Kearney and Derek J. Wilson every weekday at 9 a.m. for your daily dose of news, politics, business, and entertainment. From local updates to insights from affiliate partners across and beyond Georgia, we've got your mornings covered. Tune in to stay informed and entertained with Good Morning Georgia.
Good morning, Georgia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. You can see Derek and I on the split screen this morning. Let me see, can I do something about it? You like the way the screen looks? Do you want to make it bigger? Let's see.
I mean, let's make it bigger. I don't like that. Go back. Too close. Too close. Too close. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Good morning, Georgia.
Good morning, Georgia. As y'all can see, we're in two separate locations today. I'm on location here at Atlanta Tech Park, where I have to speak in about an hour. So listen, I was the one saying I wasn't gonna be nowhere on location, right?
And she the first one.
I know. Business calls, duty calls. I'll be here today, and then Friday I'll be downtown Atlanta to the National Black Business Association Conference. So I'm excited about that. That thing has been around for 124 years.
Oh man, I was just a little baby when it came out.
This is a family show.
Yeah. Well, look, good morning. Let's, we're gonna jump into some weather real quick, or we're gonna play around a little more.
No, we're gonna jump because I gotta run. I got the skedaddle, so I can't be messing around.
You got a skedaddle. So look, as we get closer and closer to September, our temperatures are starting to look more and more like fall. Today's highs are mostly in the 80s. We 89 in Macon, 88 somewhere in LaGrange, 85 in Cameron, 88 in Atlanta, 87 in Rome. Now, as you go south, as you know, it seems like it's hotter in the south. 92 in Columbus, 94 in Albany, 94 in Valdosta, 90 on the coast. We have 90 over there in Brunswick, as well as 91 in Savannah. We're going to reach out to our commissioner down there and see how they're doing, and we'll have an update for you guys on tomorrow to see if they're still dealing with flooding, see if there's any way we can assist, if you need, if they're needing any supplies, where they can be dropped off at, and things like that. So we'll have an update for you guys on tomorrow regarding that. Now, as always, our weather is brought to us by Southern Elite Contracting. They are number one source for number one general contractor in the state of Georgia. They're trying to be in the country. But if you have any damage sustained from any storm, text storm to 888-835-1386, and a representative from Southern Elite Contracting will reach out to you to discuss your needs. Again, that's text storm to 888-835-1386. Audrey?
All right. So welcome. Hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your day. We are here. It's beautiful. The weather is amazing. It's so, it's turning fall when you have to not turn the air conditioner on. My brother's on his way to Jersey this weekend, and he called me yesterday. He said, I said, what you doing? So I just left the mall buying me a jacket. What you need a jacket for? Because he's going to Jersey. He said the temperature is supposed to drop down to 57.
No.
That's a drop. I said, it's August. I know it gets cold early in Jersey. I know fall kicks in right around the end of September, but 57 in August, that's a little cold, a little early. So he went.
Sometimes have y'all had snow before? Snow in July in that region?
Not snow in July, but snow definitely in April. Not July, but definitely in April. Like I remember a couple of storms in April. It's like it's spring, it's snow on the ground, like literally like snow where you just got to go out and shovel, that type of snow. Not like the dust. Derek, let me say this real quick. When I first moved back to Georgia, right? I don't ever remember no snow when I was a little girl when I was here. But when I moved back, we had some dusting. I'm talking about we had probably been here probably maybe a few months, like 6 months to a year. They
Mhm.
had a dusting, right? And they call it a blizzard. So I went outside and I took my phone and I videotaped it and I sent it to my friends and said, we're having a blizzard back in Jersey. Like, what is that, Audrey? But what was interesting about that was they told you to go home. And my husband like, man, I'm not going home for that. He got stuck on 85 for 8 hours
You talking about the
because
what was that? 2014?
yep, we had just moved here in 2013. He got stuck on 85 for 8 hours because they don't put down salt. So we put down salt in Jersey, which totally
Right.
destroys your roads. So that's one of the reasons there are so many potholes up there because salt
Mm.
erodes the pavement. So that's why when you go up north, you see all them potholes and you tear your car up. That's because of the salt. But if we don't put down
Oh, that
salt,
makes sense.
because we don't get dust and they get blizzards. So real blizzards. So that was hilarious. But anyway, I digress. What's happening? Listen, the DNC happened last night. But let's
Oh
be
yeah. So
that.
last night
Mhm.
was
DNC.
day
Go ahead.
one. Huh?
Go ahead with it.
Oh, last night was night one of the DNC National Convention. So the speakers of last night were, AOC spoke. Our very own Senator Raphael Warnock, he spoke. Trying to think of some of the highlights. Of course, Secretary Clinton spoke. VP Harris surprised everyone. She came out. Have you seen her video? That video that they had last night? I mean, it was amazing. I mean, it was like a good 2 minute long video. It had Beyonce Freedom playing in the background. But it kind of reminded me of
I
a
gotta
Cory,
find that.
huh?
I said I gotta find that video.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Cory Booker video when he launched his presidential campaign years ago. It was all, it was different. It wasn't your typical, political video. So I liked the video. She came out, she spoke briefly. Uh, as the all the news people pointed out, it is not normal for the candidate or whoever to come out on the first night, but Trump did it. So I find it interesting that since Trump did it, here she go out there waving and speaking. Most of the time, historically, they're not even in the building. They lead up to it. If you remember with Obama, Obama wasn't in the building. He was on the road. He kept video in. He waving at Michelle and the kids from the video. And then the night when he become the nominee is when he showed, because there's they building up to it. And then they in the building as a rock star. He do his speech. He accept the nomination. They accept the nomination. Then that's the end. Well, we in new
Hmm.
territory now. She probably gonna be there every night, like Trump was there every night. Because if you remember, Trump had a little ear, and so everybody in the audience had a little ear. So I don't know what
Oh
we're
my
gonna do.
God, that was horrific.
But yeah, so she briefly spoke, and then the night ended with President Joe Biden. He spoke. His daughter Ashley introduced him. I don't remember. I guess that's I guess somebody got to step up. Can't have Hunter doing it. So, but his daughter Ashley introduced him, and then he spoke. I ain't gonna lie. Just listening to him speak, I got a little watery. My eyes got a little. I was like,
Why?
oh
Why was
man,
that?
huh?
Why was that?
It just seems so well, because the crowd. So they flipped the signs over when he got up there, and it said, "We heart Joe," so we love Joe,
Hmm.
and just well, probably because he started crying because after his daughter introduced him, I ain't gonna lie, that was a great introduction. I would love for one of my kids to introduce me like that. I mean, that was great. But then, so he was already crying from that, he wiping away tears from that. But then when he got up there, just the love that the room showed him, and I mean, he didn't. I mean, he done. If he was like that at the debate, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But the man. I mean, he was fired, and he spoke the truth. He was talking about his record, talking about how VP Harris, what her and Walls, going to do together, continue on the legacy. But it was just, to see him, because I mean, this is last hurrah. I mean, he the president. He 80 some years old. Once he finished, he'll be retired. His 50 some odd years in public service. One of the
God,
comments
that's
he
a long
made,
time.
one of the comments he made was when he first started, he was, he was too young to be a senator, and now they're telling him he too old to be president. So he's been in, from the beginning to the end. So it was good to see. Uh,
You know what I
and
find interesting about him? I found interesting. I think some people would have quit right at vice president, like, yeah, I'm done. But I guess he always had a goal to be the president. And
yeah,
here's my thing. You're never too old to go for your goals because I I don't think I would have wanted to do another 4 years in the White House after being there for 8 years, right? But his
right.
dream probably was always to be the president. Like I don't even know if he's ever spoken that out loud. Was that something that he just held in his heart? Whatever the case may be, he got it.
Well, he
He may
said what
didn't do
motivated
it
him to
term.
run, this time was the Charlottesville, when they was walking around with the tiki torches and the neo Nazis, and he said because of Trump, they were so bolden that they didn't even need they white capes anymore, they white hoods. So he said that what motivated him to run. Uh, Also, I mean, Hillary Clinton, her speech was fire. She talked about cracking the ceiling and saying that VP Harris is going to be the one that's going to break the ceiling. So it was a great night. Looking forward to tomorrow. Like I say, AOC, she lit up the room, and then of course, Raphael Warnock, Senator Warnock, he did his thing. And so scheduled later on this week, which may catch a lot of people by surprise, but former Georgia Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, he is expected to speak at the Democrat National Convention. Can you believe it?
Yeah. He did. I think we talked about this earlier, either Monday or last week, but he did say, at the end of the day, we need better. It has nothing to do with party lines. It has really to do with what you want for your United States of America and what you don't want. So he made that very clear. Like this has nothing to do with party lines. It's what I feel like is best for our country. And you got to rock with him on that.
All right. He said, as a lifelong conservative Republican, I do not recognize my own party. Donald Trump does not care about America's working family. He only cares about revenge and retribution. Americans know Donald Trump's extremist agenda is a threat to our country, and it's time to move past his incoherent and division. So, that's interesting.
Also, they know daggone well if Trump get in there, he gonna he gonna sign a law that's gonna put him and Kemp and Raffensperger out. He gonna oust all of them because he mad at them. So he's mad at them, and who
Yeah,
knows what laws he put on the book to get rid of them. Heck, what's the man
yeah.
name that's running Prodigy 2025? Probably running Georgia. Like I don't even know his name, but whatever.
That's Yeah. It say the Democrats have been attempting to reach out to those who feel disenfranchised by the former president, calling upon their gander duty to put country over party, and democracy over what they describe as extremism. It says the Harris campaign said we're putting patriotic Republicans front and center in our convention programming to explain, in their own words, why they're putting country first and supporting Vice President Harris. Um, that's interesting. Every American deserves a president who will protect their freedoms and always put the best interest of the American people above their own. Have you ever thought that we will see Republicans, big name Republicans, speaking at the Democratic National Convention? Like,
Well, here's the thing, Derek. Right? Think about this for 1 second. Right? Like we're known as the party for the people, right? But here's the thing: the people includes their people.
right.
Outside of the knuckleheads, those people, a lot of those people that are our people are really their people. They live in rural Georgia. They live in rural Alabama. They live in rural Tennessee. They have things that they don't even understand they need because they want the ones that want to follow that guy, right? And it's gonna affect them while they out there with the diaper on the heads and the pads on the ear and all that kind of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's affecting you. Like you're not in the one
That's
percent. You're not
wild.
in the 5%. You're in no percent really, and you're out there run. They stopped the Access group, right? And I'm about to
Mhm.
be really crazy right now. When I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. They stopped the Access family. It was a family, right? They asked them some question about the person they support, right? They asked them the
Mhm.
question. The man ain't have no teeth, right?
That's not funny.
Of course, they couldn't answer the question. And I'm looking at him like, see, if you go get that Obamacare, you might be able to get some teeth. But here's the thing, you probably never get in your candy get in no teeth. But he probably don't
All
care.
right.
So it's like
Well,
crazy
uh,
stuff like that. So Jeff Duncan and the people who have decided to put party lines, not put party lines above people, understands that this doesn't just affect the Democratic people, it affects everybody. And they
everybody.
know that, listen, he can either throw his hands up and say, don't affect me, I'm in the 1% or the 5%, because I'm sure he is, you know. They can either
Right.
do that. But the rest of us in the 99 percentile, which is the most of the United States, I be going to say
Yeah.
stuff, but this is a family show. I had to hit the table to control myself. This is a
Control
family show.
yourself. Control yourself. Well, look, they
Because
say
it makes
Trump
me
has
so
not.
passionate sometimes.
They say Trump has not directly addressed the growing Republican support, but last week his press secretary. So this was their statement. Now, try not to laugh before I even read it. It's a President Trump is building the largest, most diverse political movement in history by his winning message of putting America first. Again, resonates with Americans of all backgrounds. Kamala Harris is weak, failed, and dangerously liberal. And a vote for her is a vote for higher taxes, inflation, open borders, and war. The one thing that stood out last night with President Biden, which the Democrat Party need to put out more frequently, is he put out Donald Trump is the reason why the most comprehensive bipartisan immigration bill failed. It was because of Donald Trump. He called and it's been documented because I mean it's been documented. It's not the first time this came out, but Joe Biden put it out there last night. President Trump called Senate Republicans and told them do not pass this bill because it would hurt him, as in President Trump, politically, and it would help Joe politically if it was to pass. Now, and the Republicans fell in line, fell in line.
Right. That
So
part.
so so now you see here we are now months later where he using it. Oh well, because of them, it's open borders. But the fact of the matter is because of Donald Trump and the Republican Party falling in line. This is the reason why that bill did not pass and go into President Biden's desk to be signed into law. The most comprehensive bipartisan piece of legislation dealing with immigration at ever was on the brink of getting passed until Donald Trump said, no, don't do that because it will hurt me politically.
Well, I could tell you this. I could tell you that when I think about people just falling in line, um, I, I can't say it either. I can't even say what I'm about to say because it ain't even, it ain't even appropriate. Go
Well, you
ahead,
want to go
keep
to
going. I
commercial where
can't
you can
say it.
gather your thoughts.
Yeah, maybe I need to go to let me go to a commercial, y'all, because the things I be wanting to say should not be said out loud sometimes, and so I'm not gonna say it. But we're gonna run to a commercial. We'll be right back after this commercial to bring you more of what's going on in and around Georgia and around our nation. So stay tuned.
Why do 70% of aspiring authors never publish their work? Because they don't have Bookpreneur. Whether you're dreaming of publishing your memoir, a children's book, or the next great novel, Bookpreneur is your go-to source. Our weekly newsletter and video show offer step-by-step guidance and insider tips to help you navigate the publishing world. Don't let your masterpiece stay hidden. Join the Bookpreneur community today and start turning pages into profit. Subscribe now at www.bookpreneur.com.
Welcome to Southern Elite Contracting. We are your one-stop contractor, serving the southeastern United States. We specialize in full insurance restoration and offer an array of general contracting services. We provide remodel and restorations for kitchens, bathrooms, roofing, hail damage, fire, water, and more. Contact us today and let us restore your property.
Welcome back, welcome back. So listen, guys, Morgan County got an award for their Board of Elections. Yes, they did. They got the Eagle Award, which is given out to about 10% of counties in Georgia who has implemented at the end of last year to recognize it was implemented to recognize counties that's doing really great with conducting elections. So Morgan County got the award from Secretary of State Raffensperger for that accomplishment. They're saying that we have a secure election, is innovative, and I hope so. I really hope that they got the award and they really do what's right. I really do. Morgan County, I hope you guys do what's right. I hope that you do have a secure election process that people can vote and not be going through so many hurdles and hoops to make that happen. And speaking of voting, yesterday was the first day to apply for an absentee ballot for the November 5th general election. So if you know that you can't make it, you know that you got to go to work, you don't get off early enough, you go to work too soon, whatever the case may be, you can't get out because you're not mobile, whatever the case may be, you can apply for an absentee ballot, but you have to start now. I think the date to have it in is October the 7th. So make sure, listen, I don't trust the mail, I don't trust nothing right now. Get the ballot and call the Uber driver and say, can you go drop this off? I might not even trust him. I don't trust nobody. Find somebody to come drop your ballot off at the voting location, so you know that your ballot is in and you can get it back. Your absentee ballot in and you can get it back so you can vote in this election. This is a really important election. You got to know that everything is going to be happening to stand against all kind of crazy stuff is going to be happening. So make sure that you are aware of those things. Make sure your ballot is in. Also make sure to check the rolls and make sure you're still on the rolls because we got this law down here in Georgia. They can take you off the road. If you are not sure about if you're not, just go right here. Oh, you already did it. Look, I didn't see I did
Yeah.
it. I'm talking. Yeah. Make sure that you're on the road.
mvp.sos.ga.gov. Look, this is serious. This is serious. And just to wrap up on the national night two of the Democrat National Convention kickoff tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern with former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama are expected to give speeches tonight. So just to wrap up on that. Anything else
That's gonna
regarding
be
elections before we move on?
yeah. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
All
Ready for some
right.
local news? That we're going to
Uh,
local news?
Local
All right,
or
local
state? I
news.
mean, we can go state. So we have
You
so
got
Governor
state, you
Kemp.
got
So
state.
as as we stated multiple times, the state of Georgia is one of the worst states when it come down to uninsured health insurance residents. And so Governor Kemp refused to expand Medicaid and don't want the Affordable Health Care Act. So one of the options was which is part of the Affordable Health Care Act is either the states go into the federal market plan or they create their own marketplace. And so Georgia is going down that road of creating their own marketplace. So Governor Kemp hosted a roundtable yesterday, said Georgia is closer to state-based healthcare exchange system. uh, Georgians enrolling in private sector insurance through a GA access enjoy better coverage that fits their individual needs, according to Governor Kemp. Um, Governor Kemp is urging people who are eligible to apply before the November 1st launch. Governor Kemp hosted a roundtable on Monday morning near the state capitol to announce that Georgia has been approved to use the state-based exchange when it comes to health insurance, otherwise known as Georgia Access. It is expected to go live as the official health insurance marketplace for the state of Georgia on November 1st. Since day one, according to Governor Kemp, since day one, we have prioritized increasing access and affordability to the care you and others in the medical profession provide by launching Georgia Access under the Office of the Insurance Commissioner. That was followed much more recently by the launch of the Georgia Pathways under the Department of Community Health and aided by the Department of Health Human Service, according to Kemp. So, we're gonna see how this works. Georgia is one of only a handful of states that have chosen not to use the federal Medicare and Medicaid program. So Georgia's stepping out, trying to do their own thing. We're gonna see how it works because as of right now, again, politically motivated, but this is one of the worst states in the country when it comes down to uh, healthcare uninsured people. So he said he's proud to say that we rejected the top up, top down, one size fits all approach some promoted, and instead chose to treat Georgians as individuals with different strengths, challenges, and healthcare circumstances. So,
You
we'll
know what
keep
I think about that though? I mean, I understand what he's saying, but this is what I know. You know, we want to show people that they're individual, right? They're individuals, individuality, whatever, right? But there are a lot
Mhm.
of people you can try to show that to them and they don't see it for themselves. It's like when we try to help people in the chamber and they don't see we're just trying to help them. Right?
Yeah,
I'm just saying because we deal with that a lot. You deal with that. You want to. I see more for you than you see for yourself. That kind of thing. I see what he's saying. I guess. I guess. But give them what. Just give them what they need. Like you ain't got to be because they don't even know they need this individual personalized. Because they just need medical care
right.
and it's
Yeah,
simple. It
you
needs to be
know,
simple where they can go fill out a form, get the card in their hand so they can go to the doctor. It needs to be simple.
the interesting thing about it, if this was as they call it, Obamacare, if this was Bush care, you know, we
Mm,
wouldn't be having this conversation. What people fail to
right.
realize, when I find mighty interesting, is Obamacare, as they call it, was is based off of Mitt Romney when he was the
Mm,
governor of Michigan. So
mm.
it's based off of Romney care, if you want to call it, who is a Republican. Now, if Mitt Romney would have been president and if he would have pushed it through, we wouldn't have this problem. But since it
Crazy.
wasn't
Party
by
over party over healthcare, right? Just nuts.
yeah.
Party over
But
healthcare,
you may
whatever.
remember more than I, because all I know is from videos. But you actually in the '80s, I've seen videos where before it was required to wear a seatbelt, before it was required to. I do vaguely remember, being in my grandma's car without a seatbelt. But
No seatbelt. What? My brother and I,
yeah,
we couldn't ride in the front seat with my mom, but we definitely sat in the back seat with no seatbelt.
no seatbelt. But there's like I've seen old videos on YouTube where people was like, "Oh, that's un-American," to make me put on a seatbelt. It's un-American to say it's illegal to drink and drive. It's un-American to make it required to have car insurance. So it's amazing how now it's un-American to say we have to have health care. I would love to see where we are 20, 30 years from now when people go back and look at our kids or our grandkids be like, man, it was crazy back then.
Right.
Because now I look back at these commercials or these interviews from news reporters asking people in the street, well, how do you feel about the government saying you got to put on a seatbelt now and all this and that, and the comments were just outrageous. Like you'd be like, wow, so
Because
yeah,
you can't change the way people think about stuff. But I do believe this, like it's more people who are for these policies than against them. You got a
yeah.
handful of people, and when I say a handful, and that's because it's millions and millions of people in the United States. So you got a handful of people that are just nuts. And no matter what you say or do, you're not gonna be able to change the fact that they are just who they are and they believe what they believe, and that's that. And so
I mean,
we're not gonna
72
try to
million
change
people voted for Trump.
well, let's see if 72 million vote this time.
I mean,
They felt
well,
like he was a businessman.
85
He was
million voted for Joe, but I mean, that's a lot of people though. 72 million.
that is a lot of people. But I think when they voted for Trump, they was thinking about The Apprentice because I used to watch The Apprentice faithfully, right? But Trump didn't show his hand like that back then. I think the one time he actually showed his hand was when Randall won. I'm never gonna forget that. And he wanted to split the winnings with somebody else. I'm like, bro, you ain't do that with nobody else. He won fair and square. Now you want to make her a president and him a president? And Randall was like, no. Like you
Yeah.
ain't asked anybody else to share that win with somebody. I thought so. That was probably the last time I watched it. That was probably
Hmm.
it when Randall and
I
Dr.
I never watched The
Randall
Apprentice. I
Pickett.
never got into it. Never watched it.
Well, I like business, so anything business, I probably seen it. Like that's what I do. But so I loved it. I loved it. I used to love watching it, and so but he showed his hand then. Like I didn't know anything about him until The Apprentice. Like I didn't know who he was, and he was right in New York, and I was right in Jersey. It was at that moment I found out who he was. But he showed his hand, asked Dr. Randall Pickett to share his win with this girl. I'm like, really? She was a cute girl. She was young, which makes sense now in my head. Like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Now it
Well,
makes sense.
speaking of
Anyway, let's move
businesses,
on. Let's move on because we'll be talking about that man
yeah,
all day long because he just never. It's just I watch. Let me tell you who I love. Right? I don't know if you ever watched him. Seth Meyers. Seth Meyers is
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Seth. I watch him at nighttime if I'm not asleep, which most of the time I'm not, and he cracks me up. But just some of this stuff, and there's another news organization called the Midas Touch, um, and they just some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is just like he says I look better than Kamala. I said, was that AI? Was that AI that made was that AI that made him say that? Like, listen, I digress. I'm going on. If you
Look,
weren't
so
if
let's
you
talk
weren't
about,
Lawrence,
huh?
what? I'm
No,
about
I
to
was
give
talking,
my
let's talk.
oh,
We talking business. You talk jobs. Uh,
okay.
yeah. What are job? So, what jobs are Georgia employers desperate to fill? I don't know if you was aware, but Governor Kemp signed a House Bill 982 in May, which required Georgia employers to create a list of high demand careers and update it annually. Did you know that? Because I didn't know that, but
I didn't know that. Like that was quiet as kept.
yeah, so it's called the High Demand Career Initiative, has been established to address the immediate workforce needs in the state of Georgia. I didn't know that. But the list offers a concise list of jobs and careers that are in high demand in the current employment market. These jobs ranges in salary and experience, but they are in areas that Georgia hiring managers need to fill like immediately. So real quick, uh, aerospace, there's a shortage, well, which makes sense for Delta, but as being the headquarters here, but they're desperate in need for airline pilots, co-pilots, machine facilities, engineers, and structural mechanics in the airline business, in the aerospace, uh, agribusiness. They're looking for poultry sciences, conservation biologists, chemical engineers, soil and plant scientists. Now, this one stood out to me: business services. There's a high demand for accountants and auditors, marketing managers, public relations specialists, tax preparers. There's always a demand in construction: welders, electrician, carpenters, plumbers, pipe fitters. Education is always up there. They need computer science teachers, which again, that falls into tech, computer science teachers post-secondary. So that means they need computer science teachers in colleges, right? Post-secondary.
Yeah.
Career technology educators, special education, art, drama, and music teachers post-secondary. So I guess they got a shortage in the university level. Energy and environment, electrical power line installers and repairers, plant operators, customer service representatives. They always go, well, Audrey said that's going to go away soon with AI, customer service representatives.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have one customer service manager probably, and then the rest gonna be AI. So they
AI.
probably gonna have first, second, third shift customer service managers, and then the rest is gonna be AI to make sure the AI is working properly. Now, there will be some people who say, I would never adopt AI into my company. You're gonna have those, just like we're gonna have those. But
Right.
those jobs are gonna be you're gonna have so many people trying to apply them. That's gonna be like trying to get a cybersecurity job, which by the way, Derek, is one of the highest paying jobs and the hardest to get with 3.2 million
Ironically
jobs
though, that's
available.
that's not on here. So
Right.
yeah, as we wrap
So
up
you
the
can't.
list, which I was surprised to see that too. I thought at least be under I don't know, business services, maybe energy, and I don't know. But under entertainment, one that stands out to me is they need some stunt members. Come on now. If you like running into things, they
Yeah.
got an opening for
Okay.
stunt members, special effects technicians. I would love to do that. I mean, I just
Yeah.
want to be on like Fast and Furious movies where I can just blow some stuff up. I like that. Seems like fun as a special effects person. Uh,
That's a
hosp-
that's a computer thing. You do know that, right?
I mean, it's still fun.
Okay, I'll just let you know.
Yeah,
You're
but
not
yeah,
gonna
it's
see me out there
computer.
blowing up bombs on location.
Yeah, I mean hospitality, tourism. They need some food service managers, amusement and recreation attendants, receptionists, and information clerks. I guess you can't AI that. Not in the hospitality tourism. Of course, in the medical field, they always needing nurses, medical coders, emergency techs, paramedics, dental hygienists. They never ask for dentists. They always ask for the hygienist. Isn't the hygienist the assistant, or is that the proper name for a dentist? A
Yeah,
dental hygienist.
that's
Okay,
the
the assistant.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that they
in-
get you prepped by the time the dentist coming in and look at all the work that they've done.
right. In logistics, I'm surprised they saying there's a demand for truck drivers. I thought they was going to driverless trucks, but I guess
They
not.
are going there and they've gone there, but we're not quite ready for that. Too many of those on the road just yet because they got to work out all the kinks. Like someone did tell me they saw some trucks on. I want to say 285.
But nobody.
Um, Nobody was driving it, yeah. And
Yeah,
and they
that's a
have
little
like the
scary.
ones that connect to each other. Like it's like one main truck, and then you got the envoy, the rest of the truck that's connected.
Yeah.
They have it already, but I
Yeah.
don't think we're there yet. We are totally ready for
Well, they say in
because here's
Georgia,
the
that's
thing.
a
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. My daughter works for she's an IT engineer for a trucking company, right?
mhm.
And one thing we need to understand about driverless truck is that is controlled by a computer. So we're not quite there yet with all the
Yeah.
hackers out there to make everything driverless because what could happen is if the truck knows how to cut the computer, and this sounds like something far-fetched, but she works in this space and we talk about this stuff. If the computer learns how to cut the truck off or reprogram itself, and I was like, it can happen, it can
That's
happen because the
iRobot.
AI is getting listen, AI is getting smarter and smarter and smarter. Generative AI is getting so smart, and it sounds crazy, but that's what makes it scary. Like as much as I love it and as much as we use it to be more productive, it is smarter than we are, and it gets smarter every day. Because remember, there's 7 billion people on the planet. I think it's 8 now. And every time you go in your computer and search for something, it's going into Google's database. And guess what Google owns? Gemini. You
Gemini.
go and search on Amazon, it's going into that database, and guess what Amazon owns? Claude.
So who
You know,
owns chat?
OpenAI owns Chat.
Oh,
They own it by themselves. Amazon bought Claude from Anthropic,
yeah.
and Google just always owned its own, just like
Right.
OpenAI. So it's getting smarter. And but if you are in that position where you could be the manager, which is not going to be a lot of those, because you got to go to school and learn something. That's another thing. Like if you're not continuously educating yourself, you're gonna get left behind. I'm not saying you got to go to college, but you do need to go to these schools where you can level up your
Yeah, I
skills and
mean
learn
that
some stuff.
you can get certifications. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Speaking of
yeah.
certification, don't you got a program coming up? You want to talk about that now? You want to wait?
Oh, I
It's not
mean,
in the text.
you talking about oh, well, you have to get approved. I mean, we're not all the way approved yet. Come on
I
now,
said, do
don't
you
be
want to wait? Okay, so we're gonna wait for that one.
yeah, don't be announcing it before the time.
I didn't announce it. I asked you, were you ready?
But look, are you surprised though? Like as you were speaking, I was steady scrolling. I don't see any cybersecurity or anything AI related on this high demands list. Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised because and here's why I'm not surprised. You also didn't see anything in the green industry space, right? You saw a little bit of agriculture
Well,
because those are type jobs.
agriculture.
Right, but there's green ag jobs that are there. Like as a matter of fact, the Gwinnett Women's Chamber is having a green job fair next year where we're going to bring in green companies. But here's the thing: cybersecurity, there are 3.2 million jobs available, but you have to be specialized in that, which means you have to sit down and take those classes to learn. Not only that, once you do that, and I was told this by a cybersecurity expert who has a company. It's like, look, we're in a networking event. I was at that time I was the president of the Blacks United in Leading Technology, right? For the Atlanta chapter. I was the president. And I got all these cybersecurity graduates there, and they're coming to me saying, I can't get a job. So I go to him. I was like, look, people are here, they want to know how to get a job. You know what he said to me? He said, that's
What?
a very prestigious job. It's like an old boys club. Like you can't just get a job even though you've gone to school in there. You got to know somebody. You got to rub some elbows. I thought that was 3.2 million jobs available and you got to rub an elbow.
Well,
What
I
make
mean,
that
but
make
that's
sense?
also interesting where they say like you go back to education, it's saying they're looking for computer science teachers post secondary. So they mean they're looking for them in college. But then what you just said, why would I go to college, go into debt to to get a degree that I can't even get a job in?
Exactly. So and that's the case. And when you think about AI is moving so fast. Like by the time you learn how to do a chat bot, now you got to learn how to program the robot. So AI is moving so fast that you have to be immersed in AI to keep up,
Do you
right?
think they
It needs
go?
to be
You
a
think
daily
eventually?
study of what's happening.
You think eventually we're gonna have, and we're going down this tech rabbit hole. You think eventually, you're gonna have some professor robots? Your
Absolutely.
class is being taught by uh, uh,
And there
AI.
you don't even need a professor robot. All you need is a smart screen. That's
Right.
it.
Well, but for people who like me, I don't really like online learning, so I want to interact. So for people who want to interact, you think eventually it's gonna be
It could be.
a
Now here's the
drone
thing.
in there?
It could be a robot. Robbie could be sitting right there in front of the classroom talking to you in person, where you can shake his hand after the class and say, see you tomorrow, Robbie. It could happen.
Ain't
And
no grading on the curve after that point,
and
huh?
ain't no curve. Like you either gonna get it, he gonna open up
Well,
your head and put a chip in there and make sure you get it. Elon got him
yeah,
waiting on y'all.
that's
He gonna
wild.
Neuralink you all together right to the robots. Put the chip in,
Neuralink.
you Neuralink.
Yeah. But yeah, so those are the jobs.
I'm in
To
so
learn
that's
more
probably
about
true.
high demand jobs, you can always visit the State Workforce Development Board website. It must be updated by December 31st every year. So I'm interested I mean, engineers are up and down here. I need manufacturing engineers, commercial and industrial designers, operators. But I am surprised there's not more tech related jobs in demand right now. And
I don't
so
even know we have that many tech companies in Georgia. That could be another thing. Like cybersecurity, you can do from anywhere, and most tech jobs you can too. But when you think about tech companies, unless you're a Google or Amazon or Facebook or something, you don't have the capacity to hire that many people. Especially founding startup companies that have like these small team of people. They have their key people right now, and then they kind of grow out. So I'm not surprised that we don't have a lot because how many tech jobs do we really have in this area? Like most of the major tech jobs are out in California somewhere, where
but
people
but
big.
every major corporation in Georgia need IT.
Yeah, but they need it, but do they know they need it? And if they got one good person that can go in there and send out an email and clean up some
I'm
clean the
thinking more
cache
like,
out, and
servers.
and free up some memory, you know, you can teach people how to free up memory and clean the cache out. That's not you don't need a team for that as one person. And they
You
only
don't
do
need a
that
team
once
no
a
more.
month.
Yeah.
Nope. And then you
I
got an
remember
AI for that, like,
back in the day, you used to be able to, there was a IT department. It was more than just one person.
yeah, you
You
need
don't
that
need that
person.
no more.
So here's what let me tell you this. The person that when I was working at an organization when I lost my mom and they had an IT person, I wanted to strangle him because it was the computer system that was always something was always wrong. And he could never, I was like, why did it? And I'm not an engineer, but I know my way around a computer. Why did they have him here? They did eventually fire him though, because he was horrible. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, this don't work. The email ain't I'm like, I'm not getting any emails. Why is that? I'll get back to you. It was horrible. So even when they have the people, they'll go to school for a second, they'll learn something, and then they'll come back and say, I'm an IT engineer. And then somebody hires them and they
And
can't
then
do
they
the
don't
job
know
because they
nothing.
only know that one little piece. I'm going to learn on. But this is what I heard somebody say, and I forgot who it was, but he said, we're not going to be able to find people who know how to do the things we need to do. We're going to have to bring them in and train them and level them up inside of our company. I thought that was pretty amazing because that's the truth. And a prime example of a company that's doing that is the company that my husband works for. He works for a pharmaceutical company over in Marietta, and they were bringing people with no pharmaceutical experience. Now remember, this company makes controlled substances for Parkinson's disease and mental illness. This is what they make. They're gonna bring somebody in. As long as you don't have a federal a felony record, you have the opportunity to come in. They're gonna train you up, and you can keep going and make good money. Now they bringing you in off the street with no experience, at least $25. Now back in the day, that used to be a lot of money. Not so much now, but if you have no
I mean,
experience,
that's
you're not
52.
making any, huh?
That's 52 a year, 40 hours a
Right.
week,
With
52,000 a
no
year.
experience. But and here's the thing, they need
No
people. So
degree.
my husband worked 30 straight days, Derek.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of
Monday
overtime.
was his only day off. He worked, and I said to him, "This is crazy. You can't keep doing it. They got to find some people. They can't lean on you."
Mhm.
But I say it all out to say, you know, the jobs are there in some industries, and they are willing to train you up. But I feel like if more companies trained up the individuals, they would have more people to come and work for them. But they want you to come in. They got AI scanning your resume. If the algorithm doesn't say what they needed to say, you don't even get to the interview. Like because AI is definitely scanning your resume. I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
gonna tell you
Well,
that
they
right.
using that in school and university. So one of the AIs, well, I guess it's AI but it's been around for a while. Grammarly, where you use to help
Right.
correct your grammar and your
Mm-hmm.
writing. Schools were giving you those, like like telling you to download it, giving you free membership while you was a student. Now Grammarly is coming up as being flagged by these AI things as plagiarism. They're saying, because now they know, schools know that you can just go to Chat GPT, put a topic in, and they'll write it. And so now they're calling themselves trying to combat that. But it's been causing issues from people who like, hell, I wrote this. I spent hours writing this, and I use your software that you told me to use to check my grammar, and now you're flagging me for plagiarism. Like, you know, it's becoming a problem in the university systems, that they're trying to balance the use of AI, because they're trying to use AI to combat AI. That's
I don't know if they're gonna ever be able to change. I feel like what's gonna happen is that the educational system is gonna have to change. Like, because at the end of the day, what's really important is you know how to read, you know how to write, you know how to do math. Those that's important. You need some
well, your
people skills,
comprehension. You
right?
need to be able to comprehend.
Be able to comprehend, right? So you need all these things are important. And we're gonna have to look at a different way of doing this thing because the tech is not going anywhere. If you know anything about OpenAI, they're trying to raise seven. I have never even heard of a raise this big, $7 trillion to put into a trillion with a T.
Yeah.
AI, Sam Altman, OpenAI, $7 trillion to put into AI. That I've never I don't know anybody who's raised that kind of money, but that's what he's
Wow.
trying to raise.
Well, that's how
That's
much.
gonna
I
change
mean,
the world. I
the
don't know if it's
U.S.
gonna be in a
debt
good
is
way,
in the
but it's gonna change. You
the
saw how much
U.S.
debt?
debt is in the trillions.
Right. So he's
So
raising 7 trillion for a company.
a company, yeah, that's more than Elon Musk.
Company.
A company, yeah.
Elon was one of the people that first started that company though.
No, okay. Well,
Elon is a genius.
so
That's why he's crazy.
yeah. Well, speaking of
All right,
educators, Tanger, Tanger outlets, have you heard of them? Tanger outlets? That's like
I
a
have.
Okay, so Tanger Outlet in Commerce, Georgia, is taking applications for the 2024 Tanger Kids Grant Program. It's open to educators. Applications are being accepted through October 18th. Teachers and leaders in education across Northeast Georgia are invited to request funds to help enhance educational programs and better serve students. So they can cover anything from modernizing literature and library to purchasing adaptive and more inclusive equipment. In 2023, Tanger awarded $168,000 in grants and funded over 140 programs. So if you're in that area, check them out to learn more about it. The Tanger application is at grants. Oh, well, you know what? We're just going to copy and paste and put this right here on the screen. I can do that
Yeah.
now since I'm,
Yeah.
in front of the computer. I can do that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bam. And so we're going to put that on the screen. But to learn more about that's the grant is grants.tangeroutlet.com/program overview.aspx.
And
We
that's
love the
X as in
kids.
X-ray.
Huh?
I said X as in X-ray.
Yeah, X-ray. My little country self. And not S as in Sam, X as in X-ray. But yeah, I didn't know this even was out there. So that's good to know. They say they've been doing this since 1996. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but it's a lot of grants. That's another thing. It's a lot of grant dollars out there, that a lot of people don't know about. And so it's so many resources. That's why we're going to try to do our best to bring as many resources as possible to the show. Yeah, we talk about news, but we also want to be a resource for our communities. And,
Right.
so we can, so that because one of the things Derek and I heard a couple of years ago, we were at meetings. Every meeting we went to, we heard stuff like, well, we don't know how to get the word out. We don't know how to get the word out. We heard that so much. And I thought that was, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, why not? Why is that such a problem? And so when we come back from commercial, you'll see one city here in Gwinnett County that's saying, you know what, we got to fix for that. Because we used to hear it all the time. I heard it just last year. I heard it probably earlier this year. Don't know how to get the word out. This
Yeah.
this this city has said, well, you know what, we got to wait for that. So we'll be right back after this
Ooh,
and
I'm
to bring you
interested.
more about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and Georgia.
Welcome to Southern Elite Contracting. We are your one-stop contractor, serving the southeastern United States. We specialize in full insurance restoration and offer an array of general contracting services. We provide remodel and restorations for kitchens, bathrooms, roofing, hail damage, fire, water, and more. Contact us today and let us restore your property.
Did your business accept Visa or MasterCard anytime between January 1st, 2004 and January 24th, 2019? If so, then you may qualify to share in one of the largest class action settlement payouts in history, a staggering $6.1 billion. Visa Inc. and MasterCard Inc. agreed to settle this case and were ordered to repay merchant processing interchange fees overpaid by their customers. To be included, you must opt into the list of participating merchants by August 30th, 2024. You will not be included unless you officially opt in. No personal documents or statements are required. To apply, we need your business name and basic contact information. For more information and how to get your share of this $6.1 billion, text NOISE to 26786. Again, text NOISE to 26786. That's NOISE to 26786. Remember, the deadline is August 30th, 2024.
That deadline is coming up. Again, money that could be out there. Dirk said I ran that. Did I run that commercial twice?
You
I don't
ran
think I ran that commercial twice.
you ran the Southern Elite commercial twice.
You sure?
Positive.
Oh, well, you got the Southern Leach. You owe some extra money. It's like, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh God, I tickle
Oh, wait
myself
a minute.
sometimes.
Well, look, so we're gonna go into event. Oh no, you want to tell us about this going on in
Can I talk about Gwinnett? I haven't said, you wouldn't let
yeah,
me say
yeah, go ahead,
you
go ahead.
thing about Georgia. I haven't said one word about Gwinnett all day. And that's my segment. Now, if you're in Gwinnett and you're in Lawrenceville, there's going to be some road construction at the corner of Scenic Highway and Clayton Street. So it may be some road closure because there is not construction, there's a gas main problem. So right now there's no impact to the customers, but it could be potential delays. Here's the thing, you do not want to get caught backed up there. So just let you know that there is a gas main problem in the area. So be aware of detours that you could be backed up. Leave on time so you don't get caught in traffic because you can. Right at the corner of Clayton and Scenic, right where the CVS is on one side and the Walgreens on the other side. What is that, a racetrack or a Quick Trip? Right there. So they have a gas main problem right there. I would honestly, I wouldn't want to be there anyway. I was talking about right before we went to commercial that one of the issues that we hear a lot is how do we get the information out? How do you get the information out? Well, one way to do that is us. We're here to help get the information out. So if you want to partner with us to help you get your information out, you can do that as well. But the city of Norcross has put a system in place where people can actually text in and get their information. They can download an app and get their information, which I thought was cool. Now I put that out there some time ago, and I started to work on it, but the powers that be said they were going to back me and did not back it for whatever reason, legal reasons and security reasons. It was a whole bunch of reasons. But Norcross is saying, you know what, we want to make sure that we get the information out to our community here in Norcross, and so they put that app together so people can actually get access to that. You can go to that website Norcross. Norcross with norcrossga.net for more information. They also, check this out, They're also getting ready to launch their on-demand shuttle service. Yes, pretty much similar to the micro transit that started over in Snellville. They're about to do the same thing that is going to launch on September the 9th. Now, what's interesting, Norcross is pretty close to like the Atlanta side over there. So I'm wondering, is the shuttle just going to be just for Norcross, or is it going to go a little bit above? But anyway, that's going to be the rides are going to be $3. It's going to run from Monday to Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., which is also really good. So you just got to be ready to get ready at 6 a.m. So if you got to be to work by 8 o'clock, you need to leave at 6. You can't leave at 6 and be there by 7. You need to leave at 6 to get there by 8. That's give you enough time to get there. Um, you want to make sure that they're trying to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to move about. And I think this is great. I think the microtransit program that started in Snellville did really well. So Norcross is launching their own, and people will be able to get up and get their kids off and get ready to go to work and all that stuff without really having to worry about how am I going to get to work, or if I take Uber and now because it's 9 o'clock in the morning and demand is so high, where I'm paying $3, I'm paying $13. That's a big difference. So I think that's a great opportunity for people to be able to leverage it. And it runs on Saturday, which is also pretty good. So if you need to go grocery shopping, take the kids to practice or whatever that is, it runs from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that's going to be launching on September 9th. And the rides are going to be $3. So okay, now I'm through, Derek.
Oh, okay. Um, as far as what else going on in the world of Georgia, Piedmont Columbus Regional announced Monday that they will be providing faith-based medical clinic Mercy Med with $10,000 worth of financial support. Piedmont say this money is part of an effort to empower Georgians by changing healthcare. So that's good to see that. Again, that's just the state when it come down to healthcare. We're struggling, so it's good to see that a larger system is helping a clinic. Normally you would think those would be what competitors. A larger system and a smaller system or a clinic, but it's good to see that we're all coming together. Huh?
Piedmont is about that money, so it's some money coming back to them some way. I went to the urgent med. I'm just gonna say I went to the urgent med, right? And the girl behind the counter, she was whispering. She said, "Listen," she said, "They don't care about nothing but money." I'm not gonna tell y'all which one I went to because I need to protect her job. She said, "They
Right.
don't care about
Keep a
anything but."
job.
She said, "They don't care about anything but money here. So this is what you do." She gave me a whole list of things to do before I even started. It was hilarious, and I was like, "She hates her job." Or she love people. But yeah, kudos to Piedmont for giving the money. But I guarantee you, somewhere down the line, it's a little trail coming right back to them some kind of way. Or it's a big write off. It's something. It ain't just on the heart. Go ahead.
No, well, I mean, who knows? It's better than nothing, I guess. $10,000 may not seem like a lot, but you know, I'm pretty sure that that system needed it. That clinic could do a lot with that $10,000. So,
There it is.
uh,
I'm just being pessimistic right now, so forgive me for
well,
that because that's
what you
normally
say,
not
a
me. But
realist.
I'm just saying,
Well,
I've been an optimistic realist.
that's what you're doing. Yeah. Georgia
Okay,
has a new strongest man, Trotter Barringer out of
what
Columbus
is
has been
what is the strongest man? What is that?
that's a weightlifting. So
Oh,
I guess it's kind of like let's say Miss America. Each state has a representative, and then you go to the big show, and then you have the Miss America. So for them, you have each state has a representative, and then when you go to the big show, you have the strongest man in the country, and then kind of like Miss Universe, you have a strongest man in the world. So I'm pretty sure they do it for women too. It's just a weightlifting contest. Surprisingly, as I get older and start dealing with health concerns and learning more, uh, I learned that just like those weightlifting people, they
mhm.
can be just as unhealthy as the next. Muscles don't make you
Yeah, 'cause
healthy.
all the stuff they right, and all the stuff they put in their bodies, like, it's supposed to be stuff that's good for you, but is it though?
Yeah, I just again, as you get older, you learn some things. But a person that you know skinny, 100 pounds, can have diabetes, and a person that's quote unquote overweight could not have
Mhm.
diabetes. Like it's just it's just amazing how the body works. But I always thought, them honky bulk people, oh, they was healthy, man. You would be surprised how many of them drop dead from heart attacks. Well, that goes back to some of the stuff they put in their bodies. But I was just surprised to learn that, your outward appearance doesn't always necessarily negate how healthy or unhealthy you are, contrary to
Nah,
popular
because
opinion.
because they put a lot of stress on their body too, like mentally and physically. I have a one of my friends in Jersey. Her husband was a professional bodybuilder, and I would tell you, like he would like when he wasn't training, he just relaxed. But when he was training, it was like it was so rigorous till I was like, oh my god! I remember he would eat like sweet potatoes there. I mean, he would eat so many sweet potatoes. And I said to her, why does he eat so many sweet potatoes? Because he needed the carbs, but he needed good carbs. Now, good carbs, too much of anything is not
Yeah.
good. So he would eat
I mean, too
so
much
many
water will
sweet
kill you.
potatoes. Yeah, right. Exactly. So too much of anything is not good. So he used to eat so many sweet potatoes. So they do a lot, but they also put their bodies through a lot as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, so want to talk about that. But let's we're gonna go into sports, or we're gonna talk about what's going on this week, things to do.
Sports.
All right, sports. So our Mercer Bears down there in Middle Georgia, the women's soccer team, they won in their season opener 9-0, 9-0. They whooped up on some Berry uh, Monday night at Bet Stadium. Mercer's 9 goals marked the fifth consecutive season the Bears have scored at least 9 in the game. That's a lot for a soccer game.
Yeah. Yes. It is.
Because we don't really watch soccer, but I know enough to know that normally you get what, one or two, 9.
I went to a soccer game at Gas South and I was like, yep, don't have to do that again. Cross that off my list because it was like I couldn't really follow the game. Like it moves so fast. Like they never stop they never stop running. It's crazy. It's like they run in this door, out, they do in this door, out, they do. Like when you see the in the door, out the door, and I was like, I can't follow the game.
But the interesting thing about they 9 points though, it took them 20 minutes to get on the board. And anybody know anything about other sports? 20 minutes, that's halftime. You didn't have He had 2 whole quarters in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And so it took them 20 minutes to get on the board. But once they got on the board, I guess that goalie was like, well, I give up. Because once they got on the board, it was like an onslaught. They just 9 points, 9-0. So if you're into soccer, because soccer, believe it or not, is the most popular sport in the world.
I believe that because you got to think we call it soccer, they call it football around the
They
world.
call it football, right?
Yeah,
And so
because
this
it
is
really is.
this
It's
this
real
is the only
football when you think
country,
about it. Use your foot.
right? It makes more sense if you think about it. But
Right.
this is the only country. The U.S. and Canada are the only two that have, you know, football as we call it. Everybody else have football, which
Right.
is soccer. And the World Cup is more popular than the Olympics. I mean,
What's that
when it's
World Cup?
the World Cup is like the
Is that
championship in
FIFA?
soccer.
Is
Yeah,
that
FIBA
FIFA?
World Cup. Yeah,
FIFA?
yeah.
So that's going to be in Georgia in 2026. Did I tell you that? That's going to be in Georgia in
No, I didn't know that.
2026. Yes. So on Friday I will be at a conference where I have to speak, but one of the things that we're gonna be hearing about is how can local media, especially minority owned media companies, be a part of that and get contracts to cover that event for 2026. So that's gonna be
Oh,
right here in
okay.
Georgia.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and come back with some reports.
I
Yeah, yeah,
will,
I
I
like
will.
that.
So
I
I'll be
like
there
that. I'll
trying to
be right
find out.
there. Broadcasting
Right.
live at the goalie.
Yeah, Derek can be broadcasting live with the goalie on the field for the I
I'll
think
be
they
on the
call it
field. You can
field.
be up there in the
In the
audio
booth, I'll
room.
be in the media booth with the media people.
Yeah, I'll
But
be on the
that's
field.
another
I'm gonna be
thing.
down there on the field. Oh, we have a streaker.
And I want to say this real quick, Derek, before we move on. That may sound like nothing, but that's really important because how much money is going to flow through Georgia because of that? Derek just said it. That's the most popular sport in the world
In the
because we
world.
call it soccer, they call it football. And so people are going to come from around the world. They're going to they're gonna crash down in Georgia, and that's gonna give us
Right.
some economic boom at that time. But as a small business
So
owner and a
so
media producer, this gives you opportunity to get access to those
so
funds.
are we
So
having the championship or the tournaments leading up to the championship?
I don't know. I don't have all the details yet. I just got the email
Oh, okay.
yesterday saying this is what you will be able to do when you get here on Friday. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. Because think of it like the NCAA. You know how you got the Sweet 16, then the Final Four, then the actual championship, and those are in different areas. So just wondering what I mean. It don't matter because whatever portion we get is still going to be significant because again, this is the world. So
Yeah,
it's going to be Brazil against whatever or like it's people coming and people travel. They travel to come see their teams. Believe
they
you
do.
me,
They do.
they
And it's gonna be in
travel.
Atlanta. So already that's an Atlanta is a brand by itself. Like someone was talking to me
Right.
about branding. I say, listen, people hear Atlanta, that's all you gotta hear. It is a brand by itself. Like
The
you don't have to say
ATL.
anything but ATL and that's it.
Speaking
So
of the brand, of course, Cascades skating rink. That's like
mhm,
a fixture in Atlanta culture history.
mhm,
They just opened up a new location in Rockdale.
nice.
So, and I think I could be wrong, but I think it's their first location outside of their original location. So that's
Wow.
that's major. Uh, and so I saw that
That's
as I
good
was
though because
scrolling.
everything is going so fast.
Yeah, and so they purchased another skating rink, but I just when I saw it, and I remember sending it to a friend of mine that's from here, and I was like, man, because that's where Usher, uh, when you see all his videos of him skating, he's normally at Cascade. If I'm not mistaken, the ATL movie with the show or
Mhm.
whatever with Ti, when they recording it, like or it was based off of that
Think so. I
Cascade.
think so. I
Yeah, so
think so.
Cascades is a fixture. I thought it was cool to hear that they was building one and outside of their, original. It took them 30 years to get there, if not longer. I think Cascades been around longer than 30 years. But
I think they had
I
to
mean, that's where y'all
justify,
was
first of all,
that's
they
where
probably
y'all
didn't
was
want to
hanging
let
out.
go. But think about this, they probably didn't want to let go of the branding and the culture, you know what I mean? But the
Yeah,
opportunities became even bigger because of the way the Metro Atlanta area is growing. Like nobody
yeah.
wants to go way to Atlanta if they live in Rockdale or Walton, but they want to go
I ain't gonna
skating.
lie. I think my best bowling experience, I had a whole party and everything, was at I think it's Bowmore, it's on top. It's in Atlanta, but Ludacris he hosts his Luda Day there. Uh and when I say that bad boy, that bowling alley was I had my I guess I
I,
turned 33 here, or 32. Well, whichever my first birthday was in Georgia, I had a big party. Like, and that was 2017. And it just tell you how wasteful we can be as far as money. I literally, because I was in the middle of the hurricane season, I literally flew in from like I woke up in Miami, did 3 claims, flew out just to come to Georgia for a birthday party, and I was back in Miami within 24 hours. And everybody like, you flying in for a party, man? We turned up. What I say?
that sounds like fun. I'm a
Turned up.
bowler. Speaking of bowling, we start back
Yeah.
bowling on Thursday. So
What do you think of it?
I'll be back. I probably suck too
Fun?
because I haven't practiced all season, all summer. So I gotta go in there
Man, it was fun.
rusty. Yeah, I love bowling. Like
Rustic.
that's one of my
Hey, well,
things.
look, you
Spades
go.
and
It's
bowling.
around for 285. We had private lanes. I don't know, but I go back and look. But yeah, that's what Luda hosts his Luda Day there a couple of years in a row. And yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was new to the ATL too, and I had co-work, friends and some family folks that man, we turned up. Too bad I didn't know you then, because when I say we turned, that was before I was a public figure.
Maybe I have my party. Maybe I have a party. No, I'm going away for my birthday. Not having a party. All right, listen. You ready? You finished? You got more news? You want to go to a
All
commercial and
right,
come
so
back and bring
things to
more
do
news?
this week. Things to
Let's
do
go
this
to a
week in the
commercial and come
heart of
back.
Georgia. Huh?
Let's go to a commercial and come back.
Okay. All right.
All right, hold on. Somebody was sending a message. Hold on. I'll put the message up when I come back.
In a world where business and sustainability intersect, the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce, or GWC, stands as a beacon of empowerment and innovation. Our mission: to empower women in business while fostering a culture of sustainability within our community. We're not just about business growth. We're about eco-friendly practices, about encouraging a healthier, more sustainable future for all. Through innovative tools, equipment, and education, we're supporting the success of women entrepreneurs and promoting a greener tomorrow. Our vision stretches beyond the present. We see a future where GWC is a leading force in the promotion of women's entrepreneurship and environmental stewardship. A vibrant community where women in business thrive alongside a commitment to sustainability. We're making the Gwinnett region a model for inclusive economic growth and ecological balance. We are the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce, where business meets sustainability. Join us in shaping the future.
Welcome
All
back,
right.
welcome back. I got to pop up the banner. I done took all the banners off. What am I doing? I'm over here
I don't know
sleeping.
what you got going on over there. Look, things to do this week in the heart of Georgia. I like that. That's gonna be our new segment. Things to do in the heart of Georgia. Uh, so starting yesterday was Macon rock climbing. You missed that. Starting today, the Battle of the Boy Bands at Miramar Raw Bar in Macon. So that sounds like that sounded fun, actually. I don't know, it was a boy band. I guess they're talking about, I guess if you read, the musical event will feature two of the best known boy bands and diners. Will hear the music of NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys. I wonder who's gonna be doing Justin Timberlake. That's gonna be interesting. That's basically a karaoke. But speaking of karaoke, getting off track, I want to do a karaoke night. We need to do a karaoke night. We need to host that.
You should
I
do
want to get in
one.
there.
I like karaoke.
Karaoke night tomorrow. Part-time job fair at Middle Georgia State University. So that's taking place from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So probably I'll mention again tomorrow, but give you a heads up so you can prepare for it. It's a part-time job fair at Middle Georgia State University between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. So if you're looking for a part-time job, the job fair will take place at the University Student Life Center at 100 University Parkway in Macon. Magnolia Soapbox Derby open board meeting at Fall Line Brewing. There's a lot of breweries here in Georgia. You notice that?
It is, but I think 3 of them closed in Gwinnett County. Like, I was surprised, like, still, not Still Fire. God, which was the one I went to? God, it escapes me, but it was one of the bigger ones, and it had a restaurant. So when that one closed, not Still Fire still open. Um, Iron
Slow
Shield.
pour?
Iron
Oh,
no,
man.
still open. Iron Shield closed, and but here's the thing. So downtown Lawrenceville, there are probably 3 breweries that were down there. So you had Slow Pour and Iron Shield, like right by each other, like literally turn the corner. There's one. Iron Shield was the bigger of the two, and I want to say it might have been the oldest of the two, but it closed and it had a restaurant. Slowport doesn't have a restaurant, so maybe that was the
Oh,
issue. I don't know, but they actually did custom. They actually did private label brewing for people because I went there trying to get a breakfast beer. I don't even drink beer, but I went there and had a consult. Then I was like, I
a
should do a breakfast
breakfast
beer for the
beer.
breakfast show. He was like, look, the breakfast beer category is already sold up. I'm like, there is a breakfast beer cat. I thought I was inventing something new, but no,
Mm.
there's a breakfast beer category already owned by some company. Now, could I have launched a new brand? I could have, but they totally talked me out of it. And I was like, yeah, I
They
don't
said
drink
you
beer.
don't want to do
Huh?
that. I said they said you don't want to do that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they said. They was like, go and make you a hard seltzer. And I was like, oh, okay. But even
Okay.
with that, that's a whole nother story. I learned a lot about that whole industry. But anyway, that's pretty cool. When you get finished, I got some announcements too. So go ahead.
Well, speaking of karaoke night, uh, JBA off of 491 Martin Luther King Boulevard in Macon having karaoke with a fresh produced records with DJ Willie D. I got excited because anybody that's from Texas that know anything about Houston, Willie D. Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. Oh my Scarface.
Okay. I know
Oh,
Scarface. I don't know Willie D though. Scarface, yeah.
oh,
Willie D, nope.
Willie D. Oh man. Anyway, my
You gotta
heart
say
is
Naughty
hurting.
by Nature, then I know who you talk about, or Queen
Naughty by
Latifah.
Nature. I mean, everybody know Naughty by Nature. They stole Michael Jackson's song to get famous. But anywho,
Not so.
everybody know that. You down with OPP? Do they have another song? Do they have
That was
another
Michael
famous?
Jackson's song.
Huh?
That was Michael Jackson's song.
Yeah, ABC. You don't hear
OPP.
it? OP,
Go ahead. Let's go.
OPP?
Let's go. That's
Yeah, it
called
got
sampling.
yeah.
Get going. That's
Well,
called
they sampled
sampling.
it. Yeah, they sampled.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
legal.
but do
That's
they
not
have
stolen.
are they known for any other popular song other than OPP? I
I
can't
don't
think of
know.
it.
I just know OPP. I'm sure they are, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, yeah, but I like that song. I mean, OP. I mean, that was I like that. I mean, of course, I like the beat because I'm a Jackson Five MJ fan. But I mean, they got Tipsy Daisy down there in Griffin. They having a man. Look, yeah, the
Tipsy Daisy.
Daisy, the Tipsy Daisy, 132 South Hill Street, Griffin, Georgia. Look, we can't you keep doing all these shout outs for free. But the Making Music Live present Eyes of June at the Big House Museum. I don't like that. Okay. The Big House Museum. That sounds interesting. Uh, we got a big house in Gwinnett, so black owned now. Well, I guess it's county owned now, but it was black owned. So look, those are the things to do in the heart of Georgia. And this week, if you have anything late night, hot glass, cold beer. Oh, that sounds like fun. I guess you go in at night, it's from 10 oh my God, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Yeah, that's a
Listen, you don't need to be going there to 10 a.m., 10 p.m. because that means you're gonna come out there staggering. So that's not a good thing. You're gonna get a DUI and then your insurance gonna go up. You don't need that to go up because it is already too high.
right.
I was supposed to
Hey
meet the
man,
insurance company yesterday.
maybe we can start a car service. Of course, that's what Uber and Lyft is for, but we can
True.
start a car service for to be sit right outside the bar. We
That we're
drive
not
you
starting any
home.
more businesses.
Huh?
We're not starting any more businesses.
Oh, okay. I know. I know. My wife probably already messaging me. Boy, move on. Next story. You talking about starting businesses next?
We're not starting. Listen, world, Derek and I don't need to start any more businesses. Our plate is overflowing
It's
with
overflowed.
businesses.
We flowed.
Overloaded, not even flowing. It's overloaded. We needed
Well,
to start flowing.
you need to have 7 streams of income, right? In that
Yeah.
the
You got 7.
oh I have. I'm on my way. I'm on
I
my way.
know.
The
Like
streams
you
are
talking about a
flowing
car
into
service.
what is it? Streams of income to flow into a river of wealth.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. That's gonna be your closing segment, your
No, no,
inspiration
that's
for the
not it.
day.
I got some. I had a quick chat with a commissioner. He gave me a few lines to spit out. I'm joking, but he was dropping bars last week. So but no. So I guess we're gonna wrap up with football. As we
No,
all
no, I
know.
didn't do my
Nope. Oh,
announcements. I
go
did
ahead.
not do my announcements.
Do your
See what I'm
announcement.
saying? Auburn is had drunk some beer. Now you go get you some vegetables. Auburn is having a farmers market today, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's going to be at
On a
Fourth
Tuesday.
Avenue in Auburn, Georgia. So if you want some fresh veggies straight from the farm, go there, check it out. That you should have a good time and get you some good vegetables right there. Also tonight, um, Author Talk Josh Mellerman. He's going to be talking about his book Incidents Around the House with Josh Mellerman. That's going to be in Lilburn at 4817 Church Street Northwest in Lilburn at 7 p.m. You got to check that out. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be at the Gwinnett Public Library in Lilburn. So check it out. You want to ask him how he did his book. In Lawrenceville, the Glass Table Film Festival kicks off today. Yes, it's a Glass Table Film Festival. It's going to be at the Lawrenceville Art Center, located at 175 North Clayton Street, downtown Lawrenceville. And you can get some screenings, get a collection of the first movies, and a hula hoop. You're going to get of the hula hoop, the premiere of the hula hoop. That's a movie.
A
That's a
hula hoop
somebody made a movie.
like the thing that
It's a
go around
movie
your
though.
waist.
But it's a movie called the Hula Hoop.
Is it
Yeah, I
about the
don't know.
hula hoop or?
I have no idea. It's screening tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And it's pretty cool. Tickets, admission is free. So it's free if you want to go check it out. It's gonna be free at the Lawrenceville Arts Center again, 175 North Clayton Street, Lawrenceville, Georgia. The Glass Table Film Festival tonight, and it's free. I think that's pretty darn cool. Okay, who's sponsoring that event? Because Lawrenceville
Hmm.
Arts Center is a little bit up there.
Right. Oh, okay. Do you play the lottery?
I play sometimes.
Have you been to South Georgia lately and played about a ticket?
Nah,
The Fantasy
I might
Five?
have, and it's probably somewhere where I can't find it. I'm probably sure I hit the jackpot a few times. I don't know where the ticket is.
Well, a lucky person in Georgia recently purchased a jackpot winning Fantasy Five ticket. Sold in South Georgia, the winning ticket matched all five numbers and won 908, $710,000 in Sunday's drawing. The ticket was purchased
Sunday.
at Easy In and Out on Smith Avenue in Thomasville. Look, clearly, if this was posted 3 hours ago, so that means it hasn't been claimed.
Here's the thing, they're probably trying to figure out how to go claim it. Because I'm gonna tell you my lottery winning story. When I win the lottery, I said to my husband, when I win the lottery, we're gonna have to go sleep in the hotel because I'm gonna be paranoid. I already know I am. He's like,
You're
why
gonna
would
be
I said,
paranoid
look,
if you don't tell nobody.
because you got to go to the lottery office. They're gonna have your information and all that stuff. You know, I'm gonna be paranoid, so I got to pack up the house, and we're gonna have to go stay at the hotel.
I mean, but how much you gotta win to be paranoid? Because I'm not gonna be paranoid with 900,000.
No, I ain't paranoid with that. I got that 300 mil. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid for probably
Oh,
the rest of my life.
oh yeah, that's definitely paranoid number.
Paranoia money. Yes. Like I
Yeah.
would sleep, I feel like somebody gonna kick the door in or something. And he just be looking at me. I'd be dead serious when I be talking about that stuff. Like, let's go.
Well, look, you have 180 days to claim your winnings. So
They're gonna claim it. They
clearly,
just trying to figure out how.
I mean, well, 900. I guess I mean that's a lot of money, but they probably talking to attorneys and whatnot.
Hmm.
Uh,
I'd
but
be scared to talk to them too. I don't know what I
well,
would do when I
so
win.
like for me, and you too, we know attorneys, so I will definitely reach out to someone that I've always had a relationship with. So,
Money
like
make people funny, Derek.
I wouldn't just reach out to a random. I mean, well, no, I'm just saying like I have one person in mind that if I was to hit the lottery, I would call her because that's what she does. She does money law anyway. You know what I'm saying? She deal with
Okay.
finances and
I
whatnot.
always said if I hit, I was gonna call like Tyler Perry or Oprah, and say, "Look, I got all this money, and I need to know what to do with it because y'all got billions. So I know it's not sitting up in some bank account somewhere. Where is your money? I need to put
Right.
mine there."
But did you hear about the lottery curse though? They say a lot of people that go back to your paranoia, a lot of people that win end up dead, broke,
Well,
just
that's because they don't really know how to manage money. So think about this for a second. If you've never had money before and you get a windfall of money, you
yeah,
got
got that
people
broke.
coming to you from every angle. Right. The
Yeah.
money mindset is not there. So even though you got that money, your money mindset is not there. That's why a lot of people don't have it. Even I asked God, like, am I not ready yet? Because I think I'm ready. You ain't think I'm ready for this money yet that you supposed. I know it's coming. I'm ready now though. He was like, you ain't ready, ma'am. And why?
Yeah.
Because for me, my husband already said I'm gonna give it all away. So that's probably why he won't give it to me yet. I ain't supposed to give it all away.
I ain't gonna give it all away, but it would be a nice chunk. Depending on
Yeah.
how much it is. If I get 900,000, you might get 100.
Now you get no 100 out of 900,000 because you got to spend 33% of that in taxes. So right there out the gate, you out 180,000. No, ma'am. No, no, no. Ain't no. You might get 15,000 out of that. 100, not gonna
15?
happen.
I mean, dang, they can't at least get 50.
No, no, no. And out of 980,
No.
there you gonna be left with 700,000. No, no,
I mean,
no.
that- I
You give
mean,
away 100 out of 700.
Audrey. I mean, if you ain't never had it, you
I
know,
ain't giving away. I'm not giving away $100,000 out of
you got to
700.
get way out the top. Hey, make sure you get your 10% to your to your
I might give away 25.
church. 25 what?
I'm gonna
1,000?
give. I'm gonna give 10% to charity.
No, you ain't gonna give it. You ain't gonna pay your tithes and offering.
That is a tithing offering to church to charity.
The Salvation Army, that's a church charity. You
A
know,
charity.
look, Truist Park comes out on top as the best sporting venue in Georgia. I'm not surprised there. It's the only. I mean, well, what other major sporting
Which
venues do they
ballpark?
have? Truist Park. That's the baseball.
Mercedes Benz.
I've never been in there. I heard it's nice, but yeah.
Which
I
one?
mean, yeah, Mercedes Benz. I guess you only
I've
got
been to both.
really three big ones.
I think I like I like Truist better though. That's what we
I've
go
never
and
been to
have like
Mercedes. Have you been to Mercedes?
I've been to both.
I've never been. I've only been to State Farm and Truist.
Yeah, I've been to Mercedes. I like Truist better.
Why?
I
What?
feel like Mercedes, the outside is okay, but the inside is pretty regular.
What
And
was
then I
that? I mean,
went to like
what? So you?
one of the ball clubs, and now I'm like, this ball club can't touch the ball club over at Truist now because I love Truist ball club. Like, well, I think we're in Delta in Truist, and I'm like, yeah, I love that one. It's really nice in there. So
Oh yeah,
listen, we about to
Delta
be out of
nice.
town.
Delta nice. Somebody won $100,000 in the Powerball in Georgia. You know.
Was that my husband? Was that
Huh?
in Gwinnett, Cobb? Which county?
I don't know. Let me see. Do it tell you where? No, it
I
just
probably won the
says.
lottery. Don't know what I did with the ticket. I'm so bad like that.
So Georgia winners, you got $100,000. So this is yesterday. So the fantasy power was Sunday, the 900,000. Yesterday you
That
had
was
one
fantasy five.
Georgia winner. Huh?
That was fantasy five. That was 900,000.
Yeah, that was Fantasy Five. You gonna start playing Fantasy
Wow,
Five?
I do play that. That's
Yeah.
the one I do play.
Oh yeah. Check it out. You was down south lately?
No, I wasn't down south yesterday for
No.
sure.
Well, it was Sunday. The jackpot was. You say you was?
Was not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was Sunday drawing for the Fantasy Five. Yesterday, though, somebody won 100,000 in well, we don't know, but here in the state of Georgia, 8 people won $200. Woo! And over 20 people won $100. So and
And they
that's in the
spent
state of
$1.
Georgia. You know, the Powerball is in multiple states. So that's really not bad, I guess, if you think about it. To have multiple
All right.
states.
Well, we got to go.
Huh?
So we're gonna go to these last two. We gotta go. It's
Oh,
10:28.
okay. Okay. Well, look.
We're gonna go to these last two
Oh
commercials,
man.
and then we're gonna
You
come
lost
back
that down.
and you're gonna give your words of inspiration for the day.
Yeah, my words of inspiration.
Stay tuned.
MD Communications Group, a complete networking hub. Trend technologies to your way. Struggling with your network provider? Bad internet, television, and mobile phone services? Let's resolve this together with MD Communications Networking Hub. Slow internet, bad television, bad cell phones, services, and want to save more? Choose us. What makes us unique? Economical deals, distant coverage, best rate, fastest speed and bandwidth, maximum channel options, clear signal coverage. Stay stress-free. Try our best residential and commercial high-speed internet, television, and mobile phone services. Let us manage your stress. Contact us today. Visit our website, thecommunicationsmd.com, or call on 770-421-5598.
Hey there, creative souls. Are you ready to unlock your full potential and join a community that truly gets you? Welcome to the Indie Creative Collective. Imagine a vibrant space where podcasters, musicians, video creators, writers, filmmakers, and so many more come together. This isn't just any group, it's a free, membership-based collective that meets monthly, offering a treasure trove of opportunities for collaboration and exchange. Here, passion is the driving force. Every member is deeply committed to their craft and keen on monetizing their skills. Picture this. Each gathering is a stage where you can present your current projects, showcase your ongoing work, get constructive feedback, and elevate your art to new heights. But that's not all. These meetings are a goldmine of industry insights. We share what trends are making waves and which practices to steer clear of. This open exchange ensures that you're always in the loop with the latest knowledge and best practices in your field. The Indie Creative Collective is more than just a network. It's a breeding ground for innovation, a support system for creatives striving to make a living from their art, and a hub for like-minded individuals to connect and create together. Whether you're an established creative or just starting out,
This collective is the perfect place to find inspiration, enhance your skills, and connect with fellow creatives committed to turning their artistic endeavors into profitable ventures. So, what are you waiting for? Join the Indie Creative Collective today and embark on a journey of creativity, collaboration, and success. Stay creative, my friends.
Stay creative, my friends.
Stay creative. All right. So today's inspiration word. Good morning, Georgia. As we step into a new day, let's remember that every sunrise brings us a fresh opportunity to chase our dreams and make a difference. Keep shining, stay positive, and let your light brighten the world around you. Have a fantastic day, Georgia.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. If you have not subscribed to the show, please do so and share it with a friend. If you need more information about what we do and how to get involved, go to goodmorninggeorgia.org. Thank you again for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow, 9 a.m., same place, same time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You've been listening to and watching Good Morning Georgia. To become an affiliate partner to report on what's happening in your community, leave us a message by going to www.goodmorninggeorgia.org. Be sure to subscribe to the show and share it with a friend. Do us a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/@Good Morning Georgia today.